Hello everybody and welcome to today's review of Belle. It is the new Japanese anime film directed by Mamoru Hosoda and brought to you by Studio Chizu. The film is centered on Suzu, a young high school teenage girl with a tragic past. When she was a little girl, she was very close with her mother. She taught her music and even inspired her to become a singer. But then one day she tragically drowns in a river whilst trying to save another child. And ever since then, Suzu has been grappling with her grief. She becomes a social recluse, cutting herself off from her father and her friends, and she even stopped singing. But then one day she stumbles across an app called the U. The U is a virtual reality world in which a user can create an avatar based on their personality and their biology and explore the world and do whatever they want and be the person that they've always wanted to be. When Suzu signs up for the app, she creates an avatar that takes on the persona of a very beautiful girl, and she names her Belle. When Belle enters the U, Suzu immediately discovers that she has the ability to sing beautifully, so much so that other avatars start to take notice, and then she earns 2 million followers overnight and becomes an instant internet sensation. When she is giving a concert, she is sabotaged by the Beast, an avatar that takes on the persona of a dragon. The Beast has a reputation within the U of kind of being a bully, and Belle is instantly fascinated with him, and she takes it upon herself to try to get to know this avatar even more. This is a beautifully animated film. There's a great contrast between the real world and that of the U. When you're in the real world, everything becomes so still and so subdued, but when you're in the virtual world, everything just seems to come to life more. It's more vibrant, the characters are more creative and colorful, and everything is in constant motion. This is where the film really gets to stretch its wings when it comes to animation. And also, I love what this film has to say. It's basically a commentary on the internet and social media and how it can be used to both positive and negative effects. For instance, the internet can be a great source of information, and people on social media are able to connect with other people from around the world. But that being said, there is a dark side to that. Just like in the real world, a lot of people can be misled with false information. Rumors can be spread that can damage people's reputations and even cause rifts in certain relationships. Social media has potential to cause psychological harm when people start to evaluate themselves based on how many followers they have. And I like how the film explores all those themes without being too preachy. But unfortunately, this film does have problems. The film is marketed as being inspired by Beauty and the Beast. And I gotta say, you can tell. Watching this film, I couldn't help but notice that there were certain images and scenes that were completely ripped off from the Disney animated film. Now, I don't really have any problems with that per se. If that was meant to be an homage to the fairy tale, I get it. But then when I got to the end of the movie, I started thinking about the narrative as a whole, and then I thought, this doesn't really work as a Beauty and the Beast story. I mean, sure, there is a romance that develops between the Beast and Belle right in the middle of the film, but when you take a look at what's framed around it all, it didn't even feel like a romance, to be honest with you. It felt more like a coming-of-age story between two people who were afraid to trust anybody anymore. And even though the chemistry between the two of them was touching at times, I still didn't understand why Belle was attracted to the Beast. I get why the Beast likes her. She's an attractive young woman, and out of all the avatars within the U, she is the only one who showed him any sympathy. But all it took is one look, and she instantly was drawn to him. I guess it was meant as a love at first sight kind of thing, but at the end of the day, I felt like it was a bit of a cliche that really didn't work for me. I needed more information than that. Speaking of more information, the film fails miserably at explaining the mechanics of the app itself. I mean, sure, it gives us the general information that you can create an avatar within this world, but how exactly does it work? I mean, all Suzu does is put on a bunch of headphones, and then the audience sees the avatars interact with each other, doing whatever they have to do. How do the people in the real world control what's happening within the virtual reality world? And when exactly are these instances happening? Some things just didn't make any sense. When you think about it, the film borrows a lot of plot elements from movies we've seen before, such as The Matrix, Ready Player One, Avatar, and of course, Beauty and the Beast. But when you mix them all together, it really didn't come out as well. But still, this is a very well animated film. Anybody who is a fan of anime would definitely enjoy this film. As for me, even though the plot needed a lot of work, the characters themselves were very well developed. And by the time I got to the end of the film, I felt like that the overall experience was an emotionally satisfying one. So I'm going to give Belle a B. Thank you for watching my video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you again next time.